A certain role in their career has completely defined the careers of some performers. Even if they may have done a few other significant roles, people still seem to connect them with that particular role. An actor may often go out after leaving a big franchise or series in the hopes that subsequent roles will guarantee that they build a completely new reputation. Patrick Dempsey, who is well known across the world for Grey's Anatomy, is one actor that might have easily fit into this group. Actor Patrick Dempsey is well recognized for his roles that earned him the nickname McDreamy. It's difficult to imagine him as anything other than a television and film heartthrob as a result. Nevertheless, many Grey's Anatomy viewers may not even be aware of the actor's two startling recent additions to his CV. For all the good and bad reasons, one particular production stands out from the others. Fans remember him as a kind hero with a big heart, but in the obscure film Mobsters his darker side was shown. As a major cast member of Grey's Anatomy for many years, Patrick Dempsey has become a household name thanks to some of his most successful ventures, like any other procedural drama, or even a soap opera. Dempsey had the opportunity to try putting himself in a variety of scenarios that touched on every feeling a person might have. Although it was a struggle each week, Dempsey was able to show off his abilities because of the role's extreme variation. Additionally, it's crucial that actors who discover their expertise embrace it without being overly stereotyped. Dempsey, however, also proved that he was ideal for the romantic lead part by performing this, which he repeatedly performed. His work started to take that turn even outside of Grey's Anatomy. He played the part of a real Prince Charming in the contemporary Disney classic Enchanted. And who could forget that? Another option is to look at his work in Bridget Jones's Baby, in which he is delightful as ever. Patrick Dempsey frequently uses the same set of techniques he used on Grey's Anatomy. However, this does not imply that the singer has not dabbled in a few other genres. Players like Ferrari and Devils have given Dempsey the opportunity to take a whole different approach in recent years, drawing on his pre-Grey's Anatomy performances to draw on some of the variety he had previously displayed. Additionally, there are more intriguing projects in the pipeline that should push the actor's abilities even further while enabling him to break free from the limitations that have been imposed on him in the past. Dempsey is doing an excellent job of checking the boxes if he decided to quit Grey's Anatomy in order to have a more varied career. Nevertheless, until something truly comes along that really blows that out of the water, he will be mostly known for Grey's Anatomy. And maybe his past, more especially a role he had in a gangster film years ago that had a lot of potential, should have an impact on his future. Fans should definitely return and see Patrick Dempsey's neglected crime thriller today to witness a more darker side of the actor that he has only shown in previous films like Thanksgiving and Transformers: Dark of the Moon. This mostly fictional series of events, based on actual criminals, was fascinating enough to merit consideration even though Mobsters didn't exactly ignite the genre, though it lacks some of the glitz. Mobsters draws inspiration from some of the crime flicks from the 1970s and 1980s. It centers on well-known criminal lords, all of whom possess unimaginable might and influence. Throughout the film, a number of well-known faces make an appearance, which contributes to the blurring of the boundaries between the real and the fictional and, to put it mildly, makes it an ambitious attempt at the genre. The film veered between thrilling action sequences and frequently convoluted speech, despite its concentration on fascinating real-life criminals like Charlie Lucky Luciano, Meyer Lansky, Benjamin Bugsy Siegel, and Frank Costello. However, when viewed from a contemporary angle, there is something completely original in the pace, which thematically illustrates how explosive and often uninteresting the real-world existence of a gangster can be. However, there are many real-world factors that contribute to the emergence of these criminals, which serves as a reflection on how opportunists might take advantage of gaps in the market. A classic example is Prohibition, and the movie goes into great depth on how that change in American culture finally resulted in such a successful time for those who wanted to break the law and exploit its provisions. The movie also examines the inevitable fallout from this accomplishment, including the potential for avarice and contempt. The film concludes on a negative note by dividing New York into an underworld made up of new criminal families and showing that corruption will always prevail no matter the cost. There are some subtle performances by gifted performers that help those beats hit concisely, even though some may argue that the film's message is overshadowed by the near-parody levels of violence. In that lineup, Patrick Dempsey plays an archetype that seems quite different from the romantic lead he has grown to be renowned for.